G'day everybody, can you believe it, day 30? And look, I just wanted to have a little bit of a chat with you guys. I'm actually here in Tokyo in Japan at the moment. But I wanted to talk to you about where to from now, because in the 30-day challenge, we've really taken you from the very beginnings, learning how to use some basic tools in pre-season, right through to creating a test platform for a successful online business. And with a bit of luck, you'll make $1 in the next day or so as well, which is awesome. But I want to bring you back to the very first time I talked to you in this challenge, when I talked to you about that magnificent symphony of 4 parts. And the reason I want to talk to you about that, because going forward, you're going to need to look at basically 4 areas of your business. There are only 4. And the way you prioritize really will give you a good view on what you need to work on, where you need to educate yourself more, etc. So let's think about those four areas. The first one, of course, is market research. Now, I've got to tell you, the training that we've given in the 30-day challenge, there is, in my completely biased opinion, not a training course on the planet that covers market research in as much detail with as much clarity as we do. And we do that for a reason, because we know that 95% of mistakes can be avoided if we do our market research properly. So, we make no apologies for that. And you've got a tour de force inside of the 30-day challenge. Now, traffic. We've shown you 2 ways to get traffic. We've shown you pay-per-click, and we've shown you how to use social networking and search engine optimization to also get traffic as well. These 2 things are ongoing processes. There are many other areas to get traffic, and in fact we covered those back a few days ago when I looked at all the different types of traffic that you can get. Now, as you're going forward, of course, look at your business and ask yourself, on the marketing symphony, where am I having trouble? Hopefully you've got market research nailed. So your business really then only has 3 other areas where it needs help. It needs help in traffic, it needs help in conversion, or it needs help creating some products. Because a big part of this, and I really want to remind you about all this, yes, we're testing affiliate products at the moment because we don't want to go to the expense, pain, effort, and energy to build our own products. But let me assure you that the path to being really successful doing what we're doing is for you to create your own products. That's where you're going to go. But in the past, of course, everybody created their own product, went to sea to sell it, only to discover that there was never a market for it in the first place. We're going to turn that right around. So, and I think we have here with the 30-day challenge. So make no mistake, many people have had wonderful businesses selling other people's products. But just be careful, okay? Because at some point, that might stop and you're left with no product. I know that the person who will always make money with a successful affiliate product is the person who created the product. That's where we need to go. We need to test out our markets so that we can make sure that we create a great product. Because we've spent all this time, and remember day 15, looking at market understanding as well. So, traffic. Do we have a traffic problem? Are we not getting enough people to our sites? If you're not getting 200 people a day once you've established yourself looking at your offer, you've got a traffic problem, because we want to sell at least one thing of what you're selling every day. And we know on average, actually it's poorer than average, but I like to use bad numbers. If 1 in every 200 people buy, you want to make sure your business is economical on that basis. And the beauty of online, of course, is that it can be. So, if you're not getting at least a couple of 100 people, unique visitors across your network, seeing your ads, seeing your opportunity to buy something, or sign up to your mail list, or do whatever action you want to take them to, you've got a traffic problem, and that's where you need to put your energies. You need to look at ways of doing that. Now, pay-per-click, there's encyclopedias on how to do pay-per-click. There's all sorts of different things. Now, of course, inside the challenge, we don't promote any sort of products. But when you're looking outside and in the future, you know, ask yourself, if I've got a traffic problem, where is my traffic problem? Am I paying too much in pay-per-click? Am I not getting the rankings I would like? And you can start to use this filter, this market symphony, as a filter to know where to concentrate. Now, of course, if you're getting all the traffic in the world, but you're not getting them to sign up to your email list, or you're not getting them to buy what you have on offer, then you've got a conversion problem. And Michelle McPherson and I talked about conversion and some of the things that we do. There's a whole science to copywriting and doing all of these sorts of things, and it's a very, very good area for you to pursue post the challenge. Because if you can, a tiny little increase in, getting a little bit better in conversion really gives you a huge result. It's, I'm not even going to attempt the word. It's a good idea. It's a good thing to do. And then there's product creation. You need to create your products, just like I'm doing here. And this is, I wish I could show you the setup here, because it is ghetto, but still quality is pretty darn impressive. Just a little bit of knowledge about how to do things. Of course, having the magnificent Japanese game show television in the background, that takes a little bit of expense. You have to be in Tokyo to do that. But then again, no, you wouldn't actually if you thought about it. But I'm just using a standard camera, nothing fancy pants here with the camera, and not even using, because it's quiet, I'm just using the camera mic. There's so many ways to create products. If you look at the whole 30-day challenge and you look at the way that we've put it all together, creating the product is really just a subset of what we've been doing every single day. Use PDFs, transcripts, audio, podcasts. There are so many different ways to do it. It's my favorite part. I love it. And once you get over the fear of creating content, you're off to the races, because it's brilliant. Which brings me to my second final point, which I'm going to save to my final point because it's so important. The second final point is about list building. You heard me just say list building. Now, we just couldn't quite cover it inside the 30-day challenge. We've had over 150 videos and lessons since we started in pre-season. Didn't want to tell you that till now, because if you've got this far, you've done an extraordinary job. But we just couldn't squeeze in list building and autoresponders and those sorts of things. And it's something that we do cover in 30-day challenge plus. But it is something, regardless of whether you continue to study with us or study with somebody else, need to understand building an email list, because regardless of all the techniques, tricks, tips and everything else, nothing works like sending an email out to somebody. Which brings me to my final point, and that is this concept, for the first time that I've been pushing this year, market understanding and market leadership. I want you to think about this, because too often I've put all the focus on the techniques and the content of building traffic, of building conversion, to the detriment of actually understanding what's going on in your market, enjoying what's going on, being an active participant in your market. Now, that may not mean getting your face in front of a camera. What I'm doing now freaks out a lot of you. I know that. But you can write reports, you can write blog posts. It's funny, some of the most witty bloggers that I've ever met, you meet them in person and they can hardly string two words together. But they're brilliant writers. All of you have got a medium, a way of communicating which is comfortable to you and gets across what you want to say. I want you to find that and pick that out, because just the same techniques, tools and tips that we teach in, say, 30-day challenge plus to create the content, you should also be using to generate market leadership. Because remember this, market understanding is passively taking in all the information in your market. And sadly, so many people don't do that. They making quite a few $1,000s a month in a market, yet don't even bother to have a Google search on that market so that they know what's going on, what the latest news is, what the latest developments are, what are the latest technologies. If you do this market understanding, you're filling your brain so content never becomes a problem. Flipping the switch to market leadership is so simple. And it's simply this. Instead of passively reading, you start putting your own content into that feed. So other people who are monitoring that start to see you commenting. And you put your point of view over it, your heart into it. We cover this a lot in 30 Day Challenge Plus. And let me tell you, going forward, 2009, if I can give you one piece of advice for 2009, 2010, inside this 30-day challenge, it's understand and participate in your market. Do it in a way that's comfortable to you, but please do it. Because here's the thing, if you don't do it, and somebody comes into your market, you could be super successful, and they do it, and everything else is equal, you know who's going to win. It's the person who understands that market. So, wow, we're almost there. It's getting quite emotional, really. You've had a start. This is the start. This is the first steps. And do not underestimate the value of what you've been given for nothing. It's too easy to write off what is potentially, if you think, oh, it's free. Yes, I'm sure they're holding back the best stuff. No, for you to get underway, for you to start your business, the training you're getting now is exactly the same training I'd be doing, exactly the same process if I was selling somebody and creating somebody $1 million business. It's exactly the same. Do not underestimate the power of what you've been taught. And don't forget yesterday's lessons for the mistakes people make. You combine those two, you have got an incredible foundation. And thank you for allowing myself and the team here at 30 Day Challenge for delivering that to you. So we've got one more day to go. We'll see you tomorrow.